Hey there, this is Tempestrel, and this is my narrated run of, or commentated run, I should say, of a Metal Slug first mission for the Neo-Geo Pocket Color, here played on Mednafen Pico Drive. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my grenades after killing these guys. I'm going to chuck it into that sniper nest and kill that commander, grab his machine gun, and then I'm going to keep this machine gun the entire way through the level. I use the machine gun first to kill these choppers that come on screen. That's a scripted fight. And then I just fire single shots at those enemies, and then I tried to get that rock to fall down in a certain way by shooting it so that I could jump on it. I think this game rounds corners, so getting a jump off of a corner of a sprite or off of an object is kind of difficult sometimes. And that tank is the other reason why I kept the machine gun around. It's just really slow to kill without it. You do have grenades, and they do decent damage against armor, but it's still faster, I believe, to keep the machine gun. Just because of throw times. One thing I should point out, I'm in the tank right now. It's beneficial in the tank to jump and fire in the air like I did just there and there. I should have fired twice right there to get rid of the tank and then the wall. The reason being that you don't stop when you fire in the air, but you do stop when you fire on the ground. Sort of like Castlevania. Traditional Castlevanias. So if you're going to have a landing lag animation anyways, best to spend that animation firing and doing something useful.
Then they might think it's fun.
Alright. Next up is a slug flyer mission. The slug flyer missions are all auto-scrollers. Thankfully, we only see, I think, 2 of them in this run. And we see part of one, but I die intentionally. The reason for that I'll explain at that point in time. But basically, you can control the level you go to. This game has non-linear branching level paths. You can control which level you go to by succeeding or failing vehicle missions. If you die in a regular mission, you get game over and start again, continue screen, I guess. If you die in one of these missions, you go to either a prison camp or you go to a free fall section for the tank and the slug flyer, respectively. So these are pretty easygoing stages. None of these are particularly hard. The one that I skip actually is the hardest of all of them, and thank God I get to skip it. So that signifies the end of the level. I was actually a little late getting to the end there. That's an improvement I can make. Here I pull out grenades and I just jump and throw. I keep forgetting. I used to keep forgetting I had grenades until I realized this was like the easiest boss in the world. Those machine guns actually only have hitboxes in the little dust clouds that they make when they hit the ground. So you can jump between the path of the bullet where the bullet should be, because there's actually nothing there. There's no like ray tracing or anything. It's super safe. So some things I should point out about this, because it's basically impossible to find a Neo-Geo Pocket Color, much less record from one. This run must be played on emulator. If there's a better way to do it, I haven't found it. So I'm playing this on RetroArch using the Mednafen Pico Drive core. To the best of my knowledge, this is completely accurate, or accurate enough for the purposes of playing this game. It's not a super complex game. So I guess that's my explanation for this. Just in case anyone wanted a justification on that. I know some people care. But that's okay, because this is the first run in this game. So, oh, the other thing I should mention. This game is being played with the female character. She's called Red Eye in this. I'm pretty sure it's just Fio, but they don't have names. They're Soldier and Red Eye. And then the boss if you beat the game on hard or very hard. Even though it's really just Marco and Fio, and the boss's name is mentioned in the text somewhere, but I've literally never read it, so... Anyways, so this is going to be a different category. I have not gone and measured, but I'm almost confident Fio's bullets are smaller and her semi-auto fire rate is faster. So I'm going to say that there are different categories. I'm also playing this on quote-unquote kids difficulty because the health that I have goes down if I play on harder modes, and I need the health for the skips I'm doing, especially in this level. So there I went a little bit slow. I killed a guy that was supposed to give me a rocket launcher. He didn't actually give me one. That turns out to be okay in this run. I take an intentional damage boost on those spikes. It doesn't actually get me anywhere. It just sort of happens. It has to happen because there's nowhere else to go. The tank that was on that area and the one up here, you can generally avoid them. That guy's free. The one before that I got shot by isn't as free, and there are ways to get around it, but it's really hard. The grenades kill those tanks in 2 hits. The rocket launcher kills them in 3 because the rocket launcher is the worst weapon in the game. That's just another scripted ambush sequence. You have to go through it. There's no getting around it. One glitch potential for this game would be to be able to completely skip these sections entirely. And I have found potential for it, but I'm pretty sure it would break the game's camera. Right there, I forgot to jump over a missile. That's another place time could be saved. I really do apologize for these flashing screens, by the way. I should probably insert a thing saying that, yeah, there's going to be flashing lights. Battle in the City is a really cool mission that takes 18 seconds to complete. They give you a whole city to walk around in. I'd say, you know, I'd spent like 5 to 8 minutes wandering around this place in the very beginning when I started. And that's the end right there. Takes 18 seconds to complete, the fastest I've recorded it in IL.
Anyways, I mean, I'm playing both of them. I actually wanted.
This is probably my favorite level in terms of execution. There's a lot of sort of demanding stuff. Knowing when to jump out of the water, being able to dispatch these rats with effectiveness. Also, so right there I could have jumped and shot down at that fish and that would have saved me there. I didn't get hit by that machete dude, which is really, really nice, or either of those grenadiers or that bat. All of these things in this level can hurt you. You can also shoot out the lights, which substantively I don't think does anything for the difficulty, but it makes the lights flicker, which is kind of fun. It's really hard to avoid getting shot by that ceiling-mounted turret. It is possible, and I think the time that you save by avoiding it is more than you lose by... Or the time you lose... Oh, there I did get hit by a rat, but at least I landed, didn't go all the way to the bottom platform. So this is just a couple of tight jumps, followed by meleeing enemies in the air. Somehow I didn't melee that guy, that's odd. And then I unfortunately messed up at the very end there. Shut out the light, though. Okay, what's next? Night Flight, right. Yeah, mission dead, as it says in my tracker. So this has a really awful Zeppelin boss, or a blimp? It doesn't have a gondola, I think. Can't remember, doesn't matter because we don't fight it. It's easily the worst boss in the game. It's a well-designed boss, in theory, but it's painful. So when you die in the Slug Flyer, you go to this section, and you have to press the A or B or whatever button it is on the Pocket Color. I think it's A, to open your parachute, and you have to press it after 0. It's really hard. I could have died right there if I had pulled just a couple milliseconds too late. It's really tight. And I want to land as high as possible so that I can fall with my regular fall speed instead of my parachute fall speed. I almost... Oh, no, okay. This wasn't the run where I forgot to pick up a machine gun. That guy in the tree there did unfortunately snipe me. I know about him, but I assumed he wouldn't hit me. I did immediately kill the scuba missile people, which is nice, but I keep getting hit by rockets. This is probably one of the clumsiest sections in the run. These Rocketeers with shields, the bazooka dudes, I really don't like them. They're hard to move around. You can't knife them from the front. Your knife, so far as I can tell, does 0 damage. They're hard to deal with. However, I did get through that section relatively quickly. I think this is actually a gold in this section. I stopped here to pick up this guy's machine gun because it helps in the upcoming second section, scripted section. And I probably used more bullets than I really this area warranted, but I picked up some ammo, so it's not too bad. I don't know why I exploded there. I don't think there are mines in this section. In fact, I'm almost confident there aren't. I'm pretty sure someone threw a grenade and I didn't notice. So right there, if I'd had more grenade machine gun ammo, that would have been really nice, but thankfully I was able to dispatch those 2 guys with a grenade. Right there, you'll see that I jumped on a corner beside that that artillery. If you are moving to the right, and I've only seen one instance where you can do this moving to the left, but if you are moving to the right and you jump on the corner of a ledge with a sprite directly above it, the same width as that ledge, like up that is flush against it, I guess for whatever reason you can stand on 1 pixel, and you can't even stand there. You have to be running, I guess because your running animation is slightly larger than your regular standing animation, and it's wider in 1 dimension, like just right to the right. I don't really get it. But that's my understanding of what's going on. This is all based on inference and just sort of general programming savvy logic. There's not much to say about this stage. Mission 14 is probably my least favorite stage in the game. It's slow, it's clunky. I have to do a lot of jumps with the Metal Slug. I don't like it all that much. I did land on that tank's head, which is actually optimal in this scenario. Otherwise, I'd have to do a lot more jumping. And jumping is slow. I was really worried here that I was going to lose another run. I just lost the previous run to this section. Or the previous run that got out of stage 0, I lost to this section. And I think I picked up gas right at the last second by accident. Gas and wrenches restore you. You have to move a little bit forward to get this boat out of the water in the first place. But I found that crouch walking, crouch treading, rolling forwards is a really... and just shooting down is a really good way to get this this boat to die. Right here, I almost panicked. I panicked so hard, and I didn't realize you could sit on the boat. And so I learned something new and made a very odd face. Mission 12 is my favorite mission in the game. I shoot twice there to grab a shotgun, then jump up here. I can ignore that gun because it won't fire fast enough. The guy up there just above me, you'll see, bam, right there. He jumps up into a position where we can kill him and his gun with the shotgun, and I don't have to worry about accidentally shooting him instead of knifing. Him, I knife. The shoot and knife are the same button. I wait for a second to force that gun to fire down. Those guns are, once they aim and take fire, they're restricted to firing 3 times before they can move again. And then I jump on it and move across here. 1 shot to take out the tank, 1 to take out the plane. The shotgun is the best weapon in the game. You'd think the rocket launcher is the best, right? But when I said it was the worst, I really do mean it's the worst. These things take out literally everything in 1 shot. I even grabbed extra ammo there. That's RNG, and I got really lucky. If I was a little further back, I would have hit a machine gun hidden block or a hidden block that drops a machine gun. And that's not great because that's slow and it confuses me. Here I move halfway up the ramp to stun that helicopter, then move back down to grab the cannon, jump, switch to the cannon, and fire. I got the cooperative copter, as I'm calling it, which I was really happy about, as you can see. And then I jumped right into two shots, which was kind of dumb, but those don't do that much. That strat at the very beginning there is exclusively for the sake of making it so that collecting that cannon and then waiting for the copter to come out of the side of the screen and being able to turn around, all of those actions can be performed at basically the same time, but I need to hit all their triggers at about the same time too. So it's the same idea as shooting while jumping. It's about overlapping animations. There aren't loading times, but you can think of them like combining loading times. Here I wait for a bit and then I do a late jump. Gets me a little bit further onto the platform. Doesn't save a ton of time really. This is also one of the harder sections of the game. I've learned to like it. It's not that bad now, but it is a little tricky. I've died here many a time, and if you do die here, I was afraid I was going to die right here, actually.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay. And that guy also. They can both kill you pretty easily. If you die here, you go to a prison camp. That is not inescapable, but it's just a real pain. You get to avoid seeing one of the worst enemies in the game, thankfully, the seesaw train track thing. Whatever that vehicle's called. Trolley? They're awful. They're in this game, and it's button mashing for days. With spikes on the walls, too. And flamethrowers. Anyways, yeah, not much else to say about this level. I think this is the end of this one. And then we're on to the final mission. So, the final mission is real fast. It's basically just a short area followed by a boss rush. So this guy doesn't have anything that I want. He just has a credit. I take my hands off the controls for a sec because Fio crawls into the room on her own. I shoot there to get that guy to throw a grenade. Whether he throws or not is RNG. I actually don't know if shooting makes a difference or not, but that's my superstition. Runner superstition, I guess. I collect a machine gun from the wall here and then go into the boss room and start shooting before he even gets a chance to get into his vehicle. It's a little slow to pick up the shotgun because you have to get it from the hostage that's standing up here, but they give you this for a reason. Shotgun is, again, the best weapon in the game. I wait for that guy to lick his knife, then 1, 2, and I move over to the side and hit 3 because the knife does come back to his dead body. Then we have, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. It's just a tank, but I literally don't know what it does because I've always killed it faster than it can do damage to me. Anyways, I now have 5 shots left. It dies in 4 hits, and then from the shotgun, and then I have 5 shots left. I'm sure I could save at least 1 shotgun shot by throwing a grenade at it, because I don't think it's an exact number of shotgun shots to its death, but it really doesn't matter. Right there, I exploited that corner jump thing again, and then man, this section is really painful to watch. I narrowly missed and also got hit by a bunch of stuff. That was really odd. I got super unlucky and then super lucky right back to back. So I don't think I really lost that much time. These platforms are really hard to jump through. And that was the last of my shotgun shots. It's really good to have 5 coming in here because you have just enough to take out all of the important ballista. It's ballista?
It's possible to die there.
The armaments, whatever they are, the fixtures. Here's the final boss. I have a machine gun because the last guy that I killed before I got in that elevator going up was a machine gun. Here I'm just going to try and riddle him with as many shots as I can. I unfortunately missed a fair amount right here, but it's not all that bad. I realized that I'd run out of machine gun shots, and so I went right up close to him and started throwing grenades. He gave me a good pattern here. He started throwing...
oh, wow, nice.
Actually, wow, he threw out rockets like 3 times.
I can't die here, fuck.
And then he did this, and I was able to walk up to him and get him for free. So I stopped it at 1703. The frame in which he dies is 1702.16. So that's what the record is. It's, I mean, feel free to verify on your own time, but it is 1702.63 by my count, or 16 by my count. So that's, that was really quick, and I hope that I enunciated all that clearly. I guess I'm going to have to review this.
That was 40 seconds faster. So I got it down to
thank you very much for watching. Please suggest another game if you want to see me run one. I would love to take suggestions for the moment. And please also run this game because I want an excuse to play it again. It's really fun. It's challenging to get good at in an intuition sort of a way, but in general, I think it is really fun and very much worth playing. So please check it out. Give me a reason to beat my high score, so I have a reason to beat your high score. I'd say that the optimization for this could easily be brought down to,
that's a good run.
Well, sub 17 obviously, but I want to say 1645. That's probably what the next one's going to be. Anyways, thank you for watching. Play this game.